The COVID-19 pandemic has changed every facet of what we deem as normalcy. These changes have correlated with massive increases in mental health statistics and awareness. Having the opportunity to be on the campus at the University of Kentucky, I reached out to a couple of students to hear how the pandemic has affected their mental health while living through what is typically referred to as the best 4 years of your life.
Negatively, it has impacted my social life and just the ability to go out and take a break or be around friends or really do whatever you would want or need to do to like gas yourself back up so you're ready to take school on again. In the positive ways, though, it has made me more independent and I've learned to solve more problems on my own because I can't just walk up to somebody like I used to for them to like get on my computer and just format it or do whatever. So I've learned a lot more and I have became more independent.
Heather shared with me how her mental health has changed from pre-pandemic to present day.
Before the pandemic, I had arguably perfect mental health. Like I had never experienced anxiety before, I had never experienced depression before, and I didn't really know what those things felt like. And so then I started experiencing them and having no idea why. Like, am I crazy? Like, no, you're just depressed. It's almost been, even though it has sucked, it's been good overall life experience because now I know what to do when like I'm able to tell the difference between my physical health and my mental health, and that has helped a lot.
I spoke with former student body president Courtney Wheeler to hear her thoughts on how the university has handled their students' mental health amidst an asynchronous world.
I think one of the things that really benefited as a result of the pandemic is the University of Kentucky's counseling center had to go to telehealth. They didn't have a choice, and it was implemented probably faster than they would expect or like. But it has allowed a lot of students to not be late or not take for granted their mental health, and because it's that easy, roll out of bed and have a private room. And so the students don't have to deal with the stigma of walking into Frazee Hall or walking into the counseling center. They can just email someone or call someone, and their best friend doesn't have to know, especially with the way our dorms are set up at UK. They have their own individual room, so they're able to have that privacy. And so I think one of the things I look upon now, and as I exit my role and tell my predecessor, is let's look at telehealth and let's see how we can better improve it, but not let it go away.
Courtney and I agreed that the pandemic has presented a learning opportunity for society to reevaluate the stigma of mental health.
I think the way we reduce that is believing people, trusting in people, and understanding them. Because I've never walked in your shoes, you've never walked in mine, but we still have hardships and difficulties. And I think when we grow up, and at least maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that when we grew up in this picture perfect world. Like when I grow up, I want to be the picture on the picture frame that we all see when we go and purchase a picture frame at Hobby Lobby. But when in reality, that's not life. You can't have a perfect home. Like, what is the definition of a perfect home? The biggest home, the smallest home, the most expensive furniture. And so that's kind of how I feel mental health is. And I also think the other thing is just understanding it's okay to not be okay, and to understand that you might not know why. Some days you might just cry or want to throw a baseball really hard or want to punch a pillow or want to scream, and that's okay. But if it's an ongoing cycle, then it's okay to ask for help, because a lot of times our society is preaching independency and preaching, well, you should just get over it, when in reality, you can't. If you had a knee surgery, you would go get rehab. So if your brain's an organ too.